you just said about self-improving. That's what going and looking in the mirror and going back to the drawing board is. Maybe if I self-improve, maybe if these men that I'm not attracting right now, maybe if I try to go self-improve, I will increase my chances of attracting these men. But it's not
I think
guaranteed.
the
Wait, Melanie,
go ahead, go ahead. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. Yeah. It's not yeah, if I go self-improve, I can increase my chances, I can increase the probability of me attracting these men, but it's still not guaranteed. And Melanie, you're 37-year-old woman. Mommy, you're 22. If I asked y'all, because I've had this conversation on my platform before, Melanie, you know that, like, out of 10 men, Melanie, that, if you were communicating with 10 men, if you were to tell all 10 of those men, like, hey, I'm not really interested in being physically intimate right now for whatever reason, and you were to tell them straight up from the jump, how many of those men do you think would still want to pursue any sort of a relationship with you today? I'm asking both of you. So, Mommy, Melanie, I want you to say your answer, and then Mommy, I want you to say your answer.
Mhm.
I'll say this: all 10 of them will probably still pursue me, hoping that they will still get to smash.
What's your answer, Mommy?
I wholeheartedly agree.
Okay, that's when I've had this conversation on
This
my.
is from experience.
No, that's okay. That's your personal. Listen, it's okay for you. I'm asking you guys what you think. A lot of other women said 0, 1, or 2. But okay, can we agree? Can we agree that you guys know that men that have any sort of an interest in you are not just trying to be your friend? Can we agree to that?
Yeah, that ties into your first question.
Can you agree to that, Melanie?
Yeah.
I agree that, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I have a question up there, and the question is, do women overestimate the options they really have in today's current dating scene? So you're talking about, these men that be with, these artists, and these men that be with these sort of, bum bitches, as you call them. Okay, Melanie, are they in serious relationships with these women, or are they having relations with these women? And real quick, forget about the ballers and the artists and all this in general. Would you agree with me if I said that a lot of women nowadays think that a lot of, when they wake up in the morning, when you wake up in the morning, Melody, and you posted your little fitness vlog from the day before, and you got these 10 new dudes that never seen you before in your DMs that don't know you from a can of paint? Do you think they're, like, really trying to make you their girlfriend and they don't even know you? Or are they trying to, like, feel your temperature out? And if you were to give them the chance to sleep with you, do you think they would sleep with you? So
I think any man that I give the chance to sleep with will sleep
okay,
with me. Because men will literally sleep with anything with a hole that's warm and mushy. That's
okay,
first
but
of all. But
do a lot of women, are they overestimating the amount of men that they have actually pursuing them for serious relationships today? Yes or no?
yes, but I think the issue that I have with what you're saying and how you're stating it, and in general, what I have with what you're stating is how you are stating things, is that generally speaking, that is not the woman's fault. That is not the woman's fault because generally speaking, men will lie out their teeth to smash if they want to smash.
I agree. 100%. I agree.
So it's just like, oh, can I tell whether or not a man is genuinely interested in me or if he wants to smash? Usually, I assume all of them want to smash.
Yeah.
Even the ones who are genuinely interested in me, because guess what? I probably want to smash too, right?
No, but that's an assumption to make because, like you just said, you know that they don't just want to be your friend.
I think in general, I think anybody who slides in my DMs is probably wanting to smash just because of what I look like alone, right?
Yeah.
Generally speaking. What I'll say is this. I'll speak to anybody who slides in my DMs respectfully, and I generally have very friendly conversation with them just because I find that if I can vet them easier that way, and then they can tell what the fuck is up. They're not going to get to smash. The ones who disappear, realizing, oh, it's not that type of party. Kudos, good riddance. But the ones that stick around, I have plenty of men in my DMs right now. We converse every day. We send memes, we laugh, and I don't know them. I only met them on the internet, and we ended up developing a friendship, an internet friendship, because maybe he wanted to holler and I wasn't really trying to holler. And I love the friendship that we ended up developing.
So, my brother, I want to make a quick statement.
Go ahead.
So the thing is, a lot of women, right? They think that just because these men want to, holla at them, right? And get at them, if they're not the men that you desire, the men that you want to be your future husband, right? Your future leader, then they don't count. It's like
Exactly.
a bunch of fat chicks trying to
So,
get at me.
so
I
point I'm
don't
trying to make.
care if a
That's what,
bunch of
The
fat
fat
chicks are trying to get at me.
phobia.
That's irrelevant.
what I'm
I
trying
don't
to say.
care if all these fatties, these big beluga whales want me. Well, why do I care?
So,
That's completely
so Warner,
irrelevant to me.
so,
Oh my god.
Warner, at the end of the day,
Mommy.
Warner, they're at the end of the day, they're still not attracting the type of men that they want. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah. So let me finish that real quick.
I
And
just no,
also,
because what do you mean
as
by
a woman, right?
leader?
As a woman, right? You don't win, right? You don't win because there's losers of men and there's losers of women, right? So
Yes.
the men who are losers are the ones who never end up. They still live with their mom in their basement. They're smoking weed all day. You know what I mean? They're just losers. They never accomplish anything. They never created anything in this world, right? Those men are losers, right? But there's also loser women as well, and those are the women who don't end up getting married, right? That don't have any children, right? And they are not with men that they love, admire, respect, and they don't have a family that they cherish. The women that don't have that are losers as women.
Whoa. Women who generally don't have families or husbands or are married are usually the leaders of science, math, and business.
They're
What do you
losers.
mean?
As women,
They're
they're losers.
losers?
They're
You
losers,
sound
yes.
crazy, bro. You sound absolutely
That's
nuts.
fine.
It's not
That's
even
fine.
that.
They're
It's what you
losers.
said before. You're like a woman needs to. You said a leader. What do you mean by leader? Like you want? Do you want a relationship or a dictatorship?
So men lead and women follow. This is how it's worked since the beginning of time. So if you
No,
don't understand that,
there have been many matriarchal societies, even in Africa.
and
Many
and
matriarchal
and none of them
societies
survived,
and many
and
egalitarian
none of them
societies.
survived. They
They
got
haven't
destroyed
survived.
by men,
There's Queen Nzinga literally defeated the Portuguese by her fucking self and her female army.
and
And
then
then
they got destroyed by men.
because men are violent,
I know you can't fight us. We always win.
you don't always win because she literally just defeated the Portuguese. How,
And then we took over again.
and then of course she's gonna be overpowered by many more men because they just desire dominance instead of just allowing her to
That's
have
our
her people
natural
in her
state.
matriarchal
There's
society
always a
because men do
dominant,
not want to see women be dominant. When
because that's
yo,
not
you
your
sound
natural
wild
state.
crazy, bro. You sound wild nuts. Like,
That's
I,
fine.
like,
The
do you love
truth,
your mom,
we
bro?
live in a society now where
Do
the
you love
truth
your mom?
sounds crazy and the
Do you
lies
love your
sound
mom?
good.
Do you
That's
hate
the
your mom?
reality.
What she do to you, bro?
Yeah,
What your
so
mom do
now
to you?
you're using common shaming tactics because you
No,
didn't like
I'm just
what I
curious
said.
at this point. Like, I
You're
really wonder if you
triggered.
really like women at all. The way that you speak, you sound like you literally hate women.
No, that's not true at all. Actually, I love
All
women,
right,
but
comments, everyone. If he hates women, put
cool on,
a
Melody.
fist up in the comments. If you think this man
Melody,
hates women,
cool on, Melody. Don't do
put
that.
a fist up in the comments right now. Put a fist up in the comments if you think Warner hates women.
Hey, Melody, can I ask
Fist
you?
up in the comments.
Melody, can
actually,
I?
it's beautiful. I'm glad that she
Fist,
brought that up, right? So since the
fist,
dawn of time,
fist,
Hold on,
no
Melody.
problem.
Melody, let him finish. Let
So
him finish.
since the dawn of time, actually, I love that she brought that up because since the
fist,
dawn of the time,
fist, fist,
right?
fist, fist, 10 fists.
No problem. No problem. Yeah, no problem. You'll see a bunch of fists. No problem. The reality is, my dear sister, right? Since the dawn of time, right? Most people are stupid. This is the reality. Most people are dumb. Most people are broke. Only 10% of America, or 10% of people in America, including men, women, and families, make $100,000 or more. So the reality is, most people are dumb. Most people are broke, and most people are stupid. So
Hold on.
right now,
Why are you?
you
Why are
are
you? Why
Society
are
is
you
structured
attaching a
that way.
salary?
Capitalism.
Why are you attaching a salary with intelligence? I can name a good number of people who are intelligent but don't make that much money.
I know
Yeah.
Why?
homeless people who are super intelligent.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, anyways,
I don't know.
So,
Homeless people,
anyways,
but like,
so
yeah.
that's the reality. Since the dawn of time, right? Prophets have came. Most of the people, they don't listen to the prophets, and they go against the prophet, right? And only a few people who follow the truth, they're the ones who get saved, and then most of the people go against the truth. So right now, the people with the fist, they are the majority of people who go against the truth. This is just the story of history. Since the dawn of time, this is how it works. The reality
You
is
understand
most
that the
people
truth is
follow
what
the
we
Hold
make
on,
it,
lies.
right?
Melanie, let him finish, Melanie. Let him finish.
Most people follow the lies, and very few people follow the truth. This is the absolute truth, my dear sister. And you have to remember, the prophet said, towards the end of time, women will no longer have children, and they'll rather make money instead. They'll rather chase their worldly desires instead. These are the women of the Antichrist. Beware. So right
Okay,
now,
okay.
Melanie, hold on. Hold on.
okay,
I want
no,
to
I'm
ask
done.
Melanie. I want to ask Melanie a question really quick before we continue. Can I ask you a question, Melanie?
What's up?
So, like I said, Melanie.
And mommy, guess what? The views are at 226 now. Look at that. Look at that.
Because I started trolling
Look at
you. They
that.
started going up when I was
Interesting, huh?
trolling you,
Hold
bro.
on, lady.
They
Hold on.
was going up because I trolled you, bro.
Order in the court, y'all. Order in the court. Hold on,
Yo,
y'all.
this
Okay,
is
Order in the.
fun.
no,
This
no,
is
but
fun.
if
This
you
is
don't
fun.
mind,
I'm having
no,
fun.
but if you don't mind me just asking this before Melanie tears him apart, I just want to understand what you mean by okay, 10% of couples, whatever, make over 100,000. That means 10% are smart and everyone else is stupid. What does income have to do with intelligence? Like, what was the point of that point that you made? What were you trying to get across by saying that?
So my point is, the reality is, right? Most people are not smart. Most people follow the lies, and very few people can find the truth. Like, most people are trapped in the matrix, right? I'll explain it in a very simple way. Most people are trapped in the matrix, and very few people have the ability to think outside the box and escape the matrix. So right now, what she appeals to is the people who are trapped in the matrix, right? You have to resist the slave mind. You have to resist the slave mind. Most people have the slave mentality. I'm trying to teach people to resist the slave mind.
Okay.
Okay,
Really? Hold
I
on. Wait. Hold on.
understand.
Hold on. Y'all.
I
Order in the
understand.
court. Order in the court. Order in the court. Hold
Okay,
on.
okay, let's hear. Let's hear.
Order in the court. Hold on. Two
Okay,
things.
Noble.
I want to point out two things, and then I want to ask Melanie a question, and then we can keep it going. First of all, pertaining to views, ladies and gentlemen, I've had 2.8K people in here just looking at me before. Okay, with nobody in the box. Okay, there's a reason this is the best platform on here. We don't bash men. We don't bash women. We just have respectful and constructive conversations, and it's okay to agree to disagree with people. Second of all, I have y'all, for those of y'all that are regulars here, y'all know what we do. We have mommy in here, we have Melanie in here, we have a lot of people in here. I just want to let all the women know, and this is from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Warner and Melanie and I are in America. Mommy is in Toronto, Canada. But I want to let all you women know what the average yearly earnings were for Black, white, Hispanic, and Asian men last year. So I just want to let all you women know that when you go outside, when you walk into a man of this ethnicity, 7 out of 10 of them are going to be in this income range. So I just want to point this out to you guys, and then we can continue. Maybe because you know what, I think a lot of women don't know data and statistics, so that's why their standards and expectations be what they be. But let me just read this out to you guys, and this is all verifiable information. You can go on the Bureau of Labor Statistics and read the same information that I'm about to give y'all. So let's go over it right now. Okay, so in 2021, the average Black man's earnings was $41,964. So that's a little under $42,000. The average Hispanic man was 43,940. So a little under 44K. The average white man was $58,708, and the average Asian man was $77,948. And let me give you guys some other statistics. In 2020, and this is another statistic as well. The median household income in October of 2021 was $72,353. That was the median household income, ladies and gentlemen. And I can tell you guys that at 25, I even make more than the median household income. But let me just read you guys one more. Let me read you guys just one more set of data statistics, and you guys can all look up and verify this information I'm giving you. In 2020, ladies and gentlemen, if someone made $136, they were in the top 10%. If someone made $342,987, they were in the top 5%. If someone made $823,763, they were in the top 1%. So someone that made less than 824,000, a little less than $824,000 was in the top 1%. And in the top 0.1%, that person would have had to make $3,212,486. I say that to say, ladies and gentlemen, it is okay for you to, or specifically the ladies, it is okay for you to aspire for whatever it is you want to aspire for, but just make sure that if you're not attracting what it is that you want, make sure you either go back to the drawing board and do some reconnecting of the dots and do some self-improvement so you can increase your chances, or maybe you should adjust your standards. Because that's what a lot of you women have to end up doing as you get older. Because you realize that if you don't adjust your standards, you are going to be old and lonely and single and bitter and miserable. So now, okay, you want to say something, Melanie? Go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
So
I think
funny.
in general, one of the
so
biggest
hard for her
issues,
to
right?
Stay quiet.
Yeah, it is hard for me to stay quiet because a lot of the way that you phrase things ties worth to money, right? And a lot of the things that you're talking about in terms of standards, you're talking about our standards of money. And that standard is specific to socioeconomic status. So while, yes, 7 out of 10 Black men make $44,000, 7 out of 10 Black women make $42,000, which means that generally speaking, Black women can marry Black men who are at their socioeconomic status or higher, generally speaking.
Yeah.
The women who will have a harder chance of marrying up are those women who make more than $45,000. Those are the women who are going to have a problem marrying up. Generally speaking, most Black women, you could Google this, marry down. Most of them do.
Okay.
So when we're talking about these things, we're talking about financial status and we're talking about this, but you're not looking at the broader picture of things, then what you're doing is you're painting a picture that's not really what is actually happening in our society. Most Black women marry down.
Okay,
They marry
speak to
down
that,
more
Melanie?
than anybody else. You could look it up.
Can I speak to that,
The other thing I
Melanie?
wanted to mention, when we talk about finances, we live in a society that forced women to have to work because we cannot survive on one income. This is why women also work on top of suffrage and all that other good shit.
We can't
but women have to work.
Melanie,
women
we can't survive on one income anymore.
We can't survive
Not
on
anymore,
one income.
But there used to be a time where people
there used to be a time, and that was when
we have
women
to
stayed
put
home.
that in there though, Melanie. We have to put that in there
Yes,
though.
again, and I'll put that in there. And the thing is this. You want to put that in there, but the thing is, when men are providing and women are the people who take care of the home, the reason why that kind of works is because it is a tough job taking care of a home, having children, and taking care of kids. That is a job. So guess what? If you want me to be a stay-at-home mom, you're damn skippy. You're going to provide everything up in this motherfucking house. But you can't expect me to do everything in the fucking house and also bring in half the income. That's not happening, bro. That's not the society we live in anymore. We are now approaching a society that is becoming more and more egalitarian, which means that men and women equally do the same shit. You find more men being stay-at-home dads and women being work moms. You see this. This is what's happening in society today.
This is
we
the
can't
anti-Christ society.
No, it's not anti-Christ. It's just what the fuck it is. All right, stop. You're pushing forward religious shit that is not necessary.
Being a housewife,
it's not
right?
about religion. That's that. Then the other thing I want to talk about is you talk about money, but when you look at what is the salary that most people can live and still have a pretty happy life, it's only $100,000. So if you have a household that is making $100,000, on average, they will have an okay life.
Oh yeah,
right?
a household, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
household,
so that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, granted, all of these things that you mentioned, but if I can have a happy life with someone, and all we need to do and bring in the house is 100,000, which is probably more because of inflation. So let's add 7% on there, right? In the last year and a half, But if all I need is $100,000 to be happy, and I'm making 70,000, of course I can marry a man who's making 30,000. As long as he has some type of ambition, as long as, let's say he's making 30,000 and maybe he has a part-time job, but he's at home and he's learning how to invest. You get what I'm saying? This is how you find the tit for tats and you figure out how you can marry down, quote unquote, right? Because no matter what, when you are seeking partnership
Big cap.
nowadays, it needs to be equally yoked. It's a partnership. Where I fall short, you are up. Where I'm down, you are up. And then we can have a household that functions really well. And it's not necessarily about who dominates who. It's really about when you can lead, I will follow you. And when I can lead, you will follow me. That's what is going to work the best in the society that we have today. Now, when he's talking about
Melanie, can I just want to
just
budge
real
in.
quick, just the one last
Okay,
point, and I'll shut the fuck up.
okay.
He talks
Hey,
about
it's hard
reality
for her
a
to stay
lot,
quiet, bro. It's
and he
very
talks
hard.
about people not
She's
feeding into
waiting.
reality
It's
when
very
we
hard for her to stay
literally make
quiet.
our reality. We make our reality. The reality that is today is not the reality that was 50 years ago. So if you want that reality, maybe you should find a time machine. As human beings, we progress. And society will be different, and then the reality will be different. So that is what is happening. We are progressing as a society. So you either progress with us or you stay where you at and be upset that it's not 1943.
Okay,
So
really?
she said a lot of, my dear brother, is it okay if I respond?
Yeah, go ahead.
So she said a lot of interesting things, right? First, she said the whole aspect of her being a housewife, right? So she's 37. She lost almost 80% or more of her eggs. So the chance of her even having a successful pregnancy is very low, according to
I'm
statistics.
actually very fertile.
Sure.
I just went to the fertility doctor, and I'm extremely fertile. I was able to harvest a ridiculous amount of eggs.
Sure.
So go ahead.
Sure. Anyways, so she said that we are upgrading. Our society is going down. You think we're going up because you are delusional, my dear sister. You are absolutely delusional. Okay, everything is going down. Families are going down. What do you call it? Children being born are going down, right? Relationships are going down. Like people aren't getting married. Divorce is high, and children are not being born. The reality is, right now, we're going to witness, right, the downfall of America because of what's happening right now. Because of weak feminine men and masculine women are going to destroy America. That's what you're going to witness in the next couple of years. China is going to take over the whole world because
What are you
of this.
talking about?
So
Hold on, y'all. Let him finish. Let him finish, y'all. Let him finish.
Yeah. I'm talking facts, all right? I'm talking facts, right?
Let him finish.
No, you're not, because they're actually.
What is
Somebody
China
said
have to
that
do with any of
Melanie,
this?
families are
and
not
mommy,
going
let him
down.
finish.
Because
Melanie and mommy,
what
let him
does
finish.
China have to do with a man wanting to stay at home with his kids?
Melanie and mommy,
so
let him
in
finish. Let him
China,
finish, guys. Let him finish.
They don't allow feminine men on TV. Right now, they're preparing to take over the world right now, right? And right now, what's happening in America is the same thing that happened in Rome. If you look at the history of Rome, right, people got too comfortable, and then men started fighting with women. Men started becoming feminine, women became masculine, and then the men, the soldiers of Rome, no longer were strong enough to protect their country, and then that came the downfall of Rome. Right now, we are witnessing the downfall of America, and it is all due to weak, feminine men, soft men, and masculine women. These are the detriments of our society today.
Noble, can I please ask a question?
Okay, ask one question, then I got something to say. Ask him a question.
Okay, what does a man not working for? Like honestly, when it comes to a man working and a woman staying home, a woman working and a man staying home, I don't really care. It's just the freedom to do so now, right? Removing the stigma from a man wanting to be with his kids and a woman working. But what what does China? What do you like? What are you saying?
If you listen, then you would understand.
What makes a man weak?
I made it very clear what's going on right
How
now.
is a man weak?
I'm making it very, very clear.
Let me just word this question.
Do you not understand English, my dear sister?
Where is the weakness in a man wanting to spend time with his kids? Where, like, a man wanting to be with his children makes him weak? Makes him feminine? What is the logic?
Men not working, right? Men not doing what, because a man's role is to protect and provide for his women and for his children. If he's no
And who is
longer
he
doing
protecting
that,
us from? Who's he protecting us from?
Wait, Melanie, let him finish. Hold on.
yes. So if he doesn't do that, right, and he is no longer masculine, someone in the relationship has to compensate for the lack of masculinity, and that's where the women start taking up these masculine burdens that they were not created to do. This is not what women were created to do. And also, when women are working, right, then less children are being born. And it is our job as human beings to populate this world that we live in, right? It's so interesting that all of our forefathers, they continued our bloodlines till today, and we became so selfish that now we single-handedly are gonna destroy our entire lineage, our entire lineage. For centuries, they kept having children until you were born, and
Bro,
then
the
we fucked
comments,
it all up.
bro.
We fucked it all up. So this shows how selfish we are. It truly shows how selfish we are. That us single-handedly, we're going to destroy our lineage. That there's going to be no more children born, especially the way these women think.
Okay, but you're talking about populating. Don't you think we're a little bit like there's like one child policy, two child policies, and other like locations in the world? You don't think we're at a place now where like popping as many kids as we can as fast as we can isn't the goal anymore?
Since when? Who are you to decide that's not the goal?
It's just not like something in the back of my mind like, hey, let me have kids. Let me just pop as many as I can as fast as I can.
Well, I understand, but this is the problem with society. The women are the only ones that could pop out the kids, and you guys aren't doing your job. You'd rather be a man than being a woman.
Are you crazy?
Hold on, y'all. Order in the court. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 278 people in here. Listen, this is the greatest show on earth for a reason. I'm the greatest host on the greatest show on earth. Um, I took a whole month off, and this is what goes down in here, ladies and gentlemen. And we got 285 people in here. When I came in here today, I told the people I needed them to get to 10K likes before I started the initial discussion. We got 288 people in here, and we need to get this to 20,000 likes. So until y'all get this to 20,000 likes, we gonna have to do this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Tap the screen, and and then we can start with the convo again. But tap the screen, get it to 20,000 likes. Stop playing with me. Okay, really quick. Not really quick. So I want to speak to something Melanie said earlier. Melanie was talking about women, or you said black women, like statistic. You said they date down most. That was, you said something like that.
Yeah, out of any other race, black women marry down more than any other race.
Okay. And I'm going to disagree. Well, not on
Look
that.
it up.
I'm going to.
There's a whole study on it.
No, I'm
Look
not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you on that because I don't know the data and statistics on that. You know, you did say something against what I'm about to say though, Melanie. Melanie, you're 37. I'm 25. Melanie, the truth of the matter today is, Melanie, is that a lot of these modern women, especially that's in it's mommy and I's age range, women want a man that is at the very least at their level, but they prefer a man that is on a level higher than them. So if mommy, just throwing out hypotheticals, if you were 25, Melanie, and you were making $60,000, and it's not all about financials, but financials is a big part of it. You would want a man that's at the very least making $60,000. But you prefer.
When I was 25,
one second. Hold on, I'll let you
making...
talk. Hold on, Melanie. I'll let you talk. Let me finish. I'll let you talk. Let me finish.
Hey, she's
you would want a man that is at the very least making $60,000, but you prefer a man that is making more. For women, when a man, if a man is making significantly less than you, Melanie, the truth of the matter is 9 out of 10 women, that man is going to be invisible to him. They are not going to give that man the time of the day. They do not see him as worthy. As opposed to men, Melanie, because like Warren said, and whether you want to agree with this or not, it is our job, it is our duty on this earth to be providers for our family, to be protectors for our family. So men are not factoring in women's financial status when they're courting women. That is a fact, Melanie. And I have more data and statistics here for the women that do try to say that it does. I'm not interested in how much money a man makes. Again, you guys can go on the internet and verify what I'm about to say. This came out 3 days ago. Let me read this to you guys. Decades of stagnant way. Okay, just to make ends meet,
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen.
Noble. Sorry to
Hold on,
interrupt.
wait.
No, no,
Let
I'm
me
not.
let
I'm
me.
not interrupting you. I'm saying that it's at 20K likes. So if you want to open the chat back up.
Oh, okay, all right, bet.
Okay.
Hold on, let me say what I'm about to say. Then I'm opening it up so you guys
Okay.
can be
Okay. My
more
fault.
riled up. Just to make ends meet, a family with one adult and two children needs to earn an average of $35.80 an hour. That comes out to a $74,400 in annual income. Because some of you guys be here on the regular and you see these women say that money doesn't matter. So I don't really care if I make significantly more money than a man. That is cap. That is not true. Especially if you want to have a family, you do not want to. Okay, let me. This is a question I always ask. Mommy, you've heard me ask this to you, woman. I'm about to turn the comments back on. Do you want to be with a man that where you're going to be in a 600 square feet studio, or do you want to be with a man that you're going to be in a 6,000 square foot home? Do you want to be with a man that you're going to have your feelings hurt and be crying in a 2000 Toyota Camry, or do you want to have your feelings hurt and be crying in a 2020 Range Rover? Do you want to be in a relation? Hold on, wait. Do you want to be in a relationship to where y'all eat ramen noodles the 4 Friday nights of the month, or do you want to be in a relationship to where you can go to a couple steak dinners a month? Do you want to be in a relationship where you can take vacations? Do you want to be in a relationship where you can go on dates and do nice things? You women do want to do those things. So stop saying that. Stop saying that
Okay,
money doesn't matter.
but Noble, it matters to an extent. Like obviously, like I like being born and raised in Dubai. Like I came from a very wealthy family, and like those dinners you're talking about, the steak dinners and the nice place and all that. Like I've had that, and I've had that in my past relationships before, but that's not enough because I've also like had like let's just say talking stages or I'm getting to know someone who has less, and those relationships I would say were happier than the ones where there was a significant like money is cool, don't get me wrong, like I have like a condo in Toronto living life doing my thing, but it's not everything. it,
Mommy, you've been here before when I said this because I don't know what, ladies, why every time that I bring up financials, I never say that
We're
financials.
literally telling you from
Hold,
our experience, though.
no, but Melanie, hold on, let me finish. Why is it that every time I just bring up financial stuff and call cap on the financials, that y'all interpret that as me saying that it is 100% about financials when I never say that? I always say a
Because you
man,
stress that
having a
so
man,
much.
hold on, Melanie, having a man that loves you and cares about you and is compassionate towards you very much matters. But as a woman, if you're choosing a man based on his ability to put a smile on your face and bring butterflies to your stomach over his ability to provide for you and
mm-hmm.
protect you, you're a fool. So I say that to say when Melanie's talking about statistically it's proven that black women, listen, let me just to all the women in here. I don't care how y'all feel about it because I keep it real and hold everybody accountable. If you are a woman and you are dating down because again, like I said, you are not attracting the type of man that you want. You are not a the men that you want, the men that you prefer, that you if you were with them, you wouldn't be dating down. They don't want to date you. That's why you're dating down. And that's again, go look in the mirror, take some accountability, do some self-improvement, and try to improve. It's not men's fault. It's your fault that you're dating down. It's not men's fault. Go
Sir,
ahead,
the
Melanie.
thing is, you say, oh, when I say it's not financials, I don't mean that it's just financials, but you stress it so much, it's very obvious that that is more important to you. Even what you just said, it's more obvious that you just told any woman that is dating down that they're a fool. When dating down is specific to financials, dating down isn't specific to anything else. And you posed a question to me. When I was 25, I was making $75,000. I worked as a lab tech in New York Presbyterian Hospital, and my boyfriend was broke. We met in a dance program and we fell in love. I literally fed him, clothed him, everything, gave him money, everything he needed for like 2 years while he
And
was
where is
trying
he
to
now?
get
Where is he
Yeah,
now?
where's
what he's
now,
on tour with
Melanie?
Beyonce. He's on tour
Where is
with
he?
Rihanna. He's on tour
Is
because
he
we were
behind
both
you?
pursuing dance.
Where is
Again,
he?
we were both pursuing dance. Let me finish. We were both pursuing dance at the same time. I just happened to have a full-time job. So remember what I said before. If he doesn't have money, he at least has ambition. He was ambitious. He was a very talented dancer. He was auditioning his ass off. He was dancing in the trains. You know, in New York City, when you see those dudes dance on the train, just so that he could give me something, right? Humbling himself because he was so proud to want to pursue his talent. And then now he's on tour with Beyonce, Rihanna, Chris, everybody and their moms. He dances for them now. We're not together anymore. But at one point in our relationship, when I decided to quit my job and he was on tour in China with an artist, or he was on tour in Europe where he was doing shit with Chris and he was doing shit with B, guess who paid my bills? He did. And this is why I tell y'all, like, we loved each other. It didn't matter how much money we make. If we did not live in a capitalist society, none of that shit would fly. Nobody would give a fuck. The only reason women even give a fuck about financials at all is because it's about survival.
Of
It don't
course.
got shit to do with the man that we want.
So
It
Melanie,
got
Melanie,
the
if it's
fact that
about
we need to
Melanie,
survive with money. I'm not, let me
Melanie,
just finish one
okay,
little sentence and then
go,
you could jump in,
go ahead.
right? The point of the matter is this, like, the men who tend to make that much money, that could give us the steak dinners and the vacations and all of that, are completely emotionally unavailable, emotionally detached, and so hyper masculine that they don't provide the things for us that we need as human beings on a visceral level. Mommy just said it. I said it. I've been in a relationship with those type of men. They'll fly me everywhere. They'll dinner this, dinner that. They can't have a proper conversation with me. My man that was broke made him my man. He was broke as shit. We would laugh together. We would cry together. We would do everything together. We loved each other so deeply. Granted, we ended up not being compatible. So we just separated. I stayed on the West Coast. He went back to the East Coast. It is what it is. We still love each other. That's still my homie for life. You get what I'm saying? But we end up, women, especially as we get older, realize that that money don't really mean that fucking much. It
Yep.
really is about the person, and it really is about that person fulfilling us in ways that money could never do. And if we need to, I'm gonna build you up, you're gonna build me up, we're gonna figure out a way how we gonna make this motherfucking cash if we need to. And that's the type of woman that, you know, and all this other stuff Warner talking about, oh, rich men don't want a woman who has education. That's a lie. When you look at the most influential men in the world, their woman is highly educated. Highly educated, knows everything about money, financial literacy, is on her A business game. You look at these couples, we'll talk celebrity couples. Rihanna, ASAP, B, J, Kim.
So first of all,
Kanye,
ASAP
that's the
cheated
work.
on Rihanna.
Even though Kim and Kanye
Jay-Z
have
cheated
said
on
more, the reason why
Beyonce.
it worked is because Kim, as fucking, she don't got no talent, she has business savvy. They worked.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just respond. Let me respond to Melanie. Melanie, you said, like, yeah, we're in a capitalistic society, and if we weren't in a capitalistic society, it wouldn't matter. But because we are, it matters because it's about survival. So if it's about survival, Melanie, then it very much so matters. And Melanie,
It does matter.
oh yeah,
But
okay,
that's the only reason it does matter. But that's why I said $100,000. If I could find somebody that both him and I make $100,000, we will live in my little studio, and we could probably live a very happy life in this studio, in my building with all these cute little amenities. I do not need a lavish lifestyle.
okay, yeah, that's cool. But Melanie, you also said that you've dated these type of guys. Melanie, what you just did is you grouped men of that are of a certain success level, of a certain financial level, all together. Melanie, if I
I
said,
said, generally speaking, a lot of them.
Melanie, you
Just the
said,
same way that you say a lot of women,
did you
same shit.
did you say a lot of them? I didn't hear you say that.
I did say that. I'm
Okay,
positive that that was my language.
if you said that, then I apologize. I didn't hear you. Okay, I thought you grouped all of them together. But
No, I
okay,
said, generally speaking, a lot of them.
okay, okay. If you feel that way, but Melanie, you can. So there are those guys of that success and financial status that are emotionally stable and there for you and can love you, right?
I mean, I'm sure they exist. I've not encountered them.
Okay, so
I've
so
not encountered them.
but they do exist. You just haven't
I'm
encountered.
sure they do exist. I'm sure they do exist.
Okay, so again, you just have not encountered them. So you just have not attracted those men in your life yet for
It's
whatever.
not about attracting them. It's about meeting them. I've not met them yet. Actually, maybe the one that I'm talking to now, he might be up there. Let's see. We just started dating.
Warner, do you have something to say?
I have a lot to say, my dear brother.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just let me know.
Go ahead.
Your honor, let me know when it's time.
The floor is Warner's right now. Go ahead, Warner.
Okay, so also you have to remember, right? Our dear sister, my dear sister, what's your name? The one all the way at the top.
Melanie.
You can read my fucking name in the fucking name. Just stop fronting. You seen my name this whole time. We've been talking for 2 hours. I know you can fucking read, bro.
Oh, she is triggered.
No,
She is
I'm not.
triggered.
I'm not triggered. Like, you got
are
2 eyes,
so
bro. You could literally read my name. Read it.
This is so funny. This is so funny. Okay, anyways.
No, I
Hey,
think
all your
I
friends
don't think
say
she's
you're
triggered.
Hey,
I don't
look
think
at the
she's
chat.
triggered. I don't
All
think
your
she's triggered,
friends say you're triggered.
Warner,
Right?
it's just
So,
you always start so sweet, and then you're like, oh, she's the Antichrist. She just knows what's about to happen, so she's just not gonna.
I hold on. Okay. So,
wild, man.
okay. Now I'm gonna go. I'm ready now. Sorry, this is too funny.
Go ahead,
Right?
bro.
And
So
no,
also,
I'm
you
not
have to
mad. I'm from New
remember.
York. This is how we talk.
Yes. Women from New York are very masculine. Okay, thank you for
Oh
proving that. Right. So,
It's okay. Yo, Warner, if you like to get fucked in the ass, just say that.
yeah. It looks like you're the only emotional one here. All right. So, anyways.
Oh, no, I'm speaking facts. I don't know if you noticed. There's no real emotion there. I'm just saying, like, you sound like you in the closet, so you should just come out the closet. You hate women so much. You always talking about we masculine.
Okay,
It sounds like you want a masculine, you want a feminine man. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you want a feminine man.
Are you ashamed to be a woman?
No, I'm not ashamed to be a woman at all.
Are you jealous of men?
I'm not jealous of men at all.
What is
I think
going
you're
on
jealous
here?
of men.
What makes you think I'm jealous
Let's
of men?
ask the chat. Chat, do you think she's jealous of men?
Melanie, you so beautiful, but feminine energy gets the money. It is what it is, baby girl. Feminine and masculine are social constructs, you guys. Feminine and masculine are things that we define socially.
Okay. I'm serious now. Okay, I'm done with the
Yeah,
joke.
Warner. Let me ask Melanie one more quick question, and then I'm gonna
Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you go. So, like I said, Melanie, you're very beautiful. Melanie, when I asked you, we asked you about those standards and stuff, you had a lot of standards, Melanie, and I just want to know, Melanie, seriously, you know, I haven't been disrespecting you, Melanie. Do you have any interest in like catering to a man though, Melanie? I'm genuine.
In what? In catering? I cook for my man. I clean for my man. There are still things that I do for my man because I know I do them well, right? I know I cook well. I know I clean well. Generally speaking, those are going to be the things that I do in my relationship. I organize well. I'm usually the person who's like doing all the bills. Like I'm a logistics person. So in my relationships and every single relationship that I've been in, I've always taken on that role. When I'm with my man, and somebody, there was a post here on TikTok earlier. Y'all always want to talk about masculine women. Masculine women are feminine to the right man. Period. So you might think I'm masculine.
I'm
Let
so
me tell you
glad she
something.
brought that
The
up.
men who have
Wow.
me
I'm
are
about to have
taken
fun with
care
this.
of. They
I'm
see
about to have fun
all
with this.
of the femininity that I have, because masculinity and femininity, both men and women have masculine and feminine energy. Some people are more tapped in and some people are not. I can easily go from masculine energy to feminine energy whenever the fuck I feel like it, because I am a human being and I have levels to myself. I acknowledge that those two things can exist in me at once.
Okay, yeah, that I understand you, girl. It's just protective of your energy because like people associate femininity with being soft. I'm not gonna be soft towards everyone because that's how women get taken advantage of. So I'll just stay the way I am, and then with a certain kind of person, that more quote unquote feminine side will come out.
No, and that's cool, Melanie, and you know, I believe you. Like, I don't have no reason not to. Like I said earlier, you just said like, you know, what all your standards was, and it was a lot of standards, and I didn't hear you saying like basically, well, okay, well, I'm gonna be this way towards my man too. So I was just curious, but you said that. So Warner, the floor is yours. You know, to say whatever you want to say or converse with Melanie. It's your turn, Warner.
Okay, hold on one second. Okay. So, so also you have to remember, guys. Melanie, obviously, you know, she didn't come from like she mentioned she was adopted, right? So she didn't
I wasn't
necessarily
adopted.
have.
I grew up in foster care. But in the foster home that I grew up in, I had two parents.
Okay, so she didn't have necessarily the father, you know, to lead
No,
her.
I
So
had a
this is.
father and a mother in the home that I grew up in.
I'm talking about like a situation where it's like your own father. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
My father
it's
died
not.
when I was 3 years old. I would have never had my father. Go
No,
ahead.
I understand. So that's why, like, in all seriousness, I'm not making jokes anymore. Like, so
Okay.
what
But
you
I'm
dealt
going to
with?
say this right now. I'm going to say this right now. If you say anything insulting about the way that I grew up, I will wall out in here. Just so you know. Noble. You can X me out as soon as he says anything wildly disrespectful about the way that I grew up. But go ahead.
Yes. So obviously,
real quick warning, y'all. Hey, guys, it's like I said, we have respectful, constructive conversations in here. You know, like there's people in here that have been agreeing with Warner. There's people in here that have been agreeing with Melanie. There's people that have been disagreeing with both of them, guys. But let's just be respectful. Like Melanie, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your perspective and your point of views on all this stuff. I want Melanie to stay in here. I don't want her to get banned. I don't want her to get the live ban. So like, let's just like be respectful, y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Warner.
And I just want to say something real quick. She's not, for the people that are coming in here saying she's hurt. I don't think she's hurt, but for like this entire conversation, he's told her like, oh, talking to her mom is witchcraft, and she doesn't have eggs or whatever the fuck. So I don't think she's hurt. I think maybe just some things might be crossing a line for her, but that's just my point on it. I don't think she's hurt. But if someone said that to me, oof, astaghfirullah. Anyways.
Go ahead, Warner.
Yeah, so obviously she didn't have the traditional childhood, right? So obviously her ideals are not necessarily traditional, right? So I just want you guys to understand that, right? So yeah, so it's like, obviously people that lived they had a different upbringing, right? They believe things completely different. And also you have to understand, my dear sister, you didn't have like a normal childhood. So your beliefs are based on the way that you were raised, right? So you have to understand that as well. So it's not necessarily the most normal thing. You get what we're trying to say. You don't have the most normal background. So that's why you have your views are a bit different because of the way that you grew up. Okay. So yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about your dad. So I'm very sorry about what you went through. I could only imagine it wasn't easy, right? So and then you mentioned about the man that you were with, right, earlier, and you had to provide for him and whatnot. And honestly, like you were never ever supposed to do that. That was immediate red flags, right? That's immediate red flags. There's no way a woman should ever have to provide for a man. Your money is your money. His money is the family money, right? So you dealt with a feminine man, right? That's called a beta male. So a beta male is going to do whatever he can to please the woman. His desire is to please you. But when you're with an alpha male, it's you that has to please him. So the roles are completely reversed, right? So when you're with a beta male, all he's going to do is do whatever he can to make sure you're happy, right? But when you're the alpha, right? Alpha male, a top G, right? Things are changed. The roles are reversed. You need to do whatever you can to please that man to make sure he keeps you in the relationship. Because now he is the prize. You're no longer the prize. Obviously, you're still precious, but you're not the prize in the relationship, right? When you're with a beta male, then you're the prize of the relationship, and you're the one who gets catered to. But when you're with a man who is an alpha man, he is the prize in the relationship, and you need to cater to him, right? And it's very interesting, right? That you mentioned certain things about, oh, I'm masculine or I'm feminine for the right guy, right? So if you don't practice your femininity, how do you expect to be feminine? You're not even practicing it. You just think you're gonna turn it on, right? So I find it very interesting, right? That you're just gonna, turn this femininity on all of a sudden, right? Because as soon as an alpha male, because you have to understand opposites attract, right? The sun and the moon, right? The only reason they work out is because the moon is not as bright as the sun. If the moon was as bright as the sun, then it would no longer work out. They say opposites
The moon
attract for a
literally has
reason.
no light. The moon reflects the light of the sun. There is no light on the moon. The moon reflects the light of the sun.
Sure,
Just
sure,
so
sure,
you know.
sure. I'm just hear the
So that means
example,
that
right?
they work together. You see that? You see that?
Yeah. Okay. Anyways. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's very interesting, right? Because one thing is, I realize women will not accept, right, femininity from a man. Let's say a man decides that he wants to wear a dress and heels twice a week. Immediately, they will dismiss that man right away, right? But for some reason, men are supposed to tolerate these masculine rah 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 women. Why the hell do we need to tolerate that? There's no reason. Men, especially masculine men, it makes us throw up when we run into women that are like that. It's literally you have to be a homosexual man to be interested in a woman like that. You have to be an absolute I don't even know, like to be interested in a woman like that. So you have to understand that if you want to attract the man, you need to start behaving like a woman and stop being jealous of men.
Sir,
Okay,
I am
but
not jealous
Warner,
of
that
men.
doesn't.
I literally dress like a woman. Go to my page. I beat my face down to the socks. I wear skirts, heels. Sometimes I
It's
wear
the
sweats and
inside, my
sneakers.
dear sister. You're
No,
inside.
the inside
The
of me is
outside, you
both.
can look like a woman.
A lot of the things that you're saying, I will respectfully disagree. That is how you want to live your life. It is not how I want to live my life. I recognize that both men and women have male, masculine, and feminine energy. The way that we define masculine and feminine, specifically the way that you define masculine and feminine, is specific to the way that you were raised. I still was raised in a traditional household. I was raised in a foster home with a mother, a father. They were married. We were Christian. We went to church every Sunday. So it's not necessarily how I was raised that dictated how I feel now. It is my life circumstances, and I'm realizing I don't necessarily fit into the traditional mode. For many years, I tried that. It doesn't work for me. This is why I don't do it. I am more progressive. I enjoy being progressive. I enjoy being a multifaceted human being. That doesn't mean that I am not masculine or feminine. Masculinity and femininity can absolutely turn me on and turned off whenever you feel like it. In general, just like feelings, whenever you want to be angry, you can be angry. Whenever you're happy, you can be happy, because we are people, and that's the way that that's the way that humans literally function. They don't ever function where they're just one thing throughout their whole entire lives, throughout the whole entire day. We change literally from minute to second to nanosecond. Our feelings change. The way that we think changes. Our circumstances dictate the way that we decide to take in information. We perceive things differently depending on our circumstances, depending on our trauma. So a lot of the things that you're saying lack a great deal of context, and it's just the way that you've been conditioned to think, which is funny because you talk about being in the matrix, but you yourself are in a patriarchal matrix. So I don't understand why you even bring up the matrix at all, right? So everything you say, I will respectfully disagree, especially when you're talking about my ex-boyfriend, because I also mentioned when I was down and I didn't have a job, he provided for me. We had an egalitarian relationship. There's nothing wrong with having an egalitarian relationship. I held him down. He held me down. That's what happened in our relationship. So he wasn't a beta male. He was just down on his luck at the time when he came up and I was down. He held me down. That is what you're supposed to do in a relationship. My money is your money is my money. Period. Point blank, period. If that's not the type of relationship that you want, you're not for me. You want a woman that solely depends on you so you can control her, by all means. Find that woman. There are a lot of women who love to live that way. To each their own. And that's everything that I've been preaching, to each their own. The way that you speak, where it's like all men or women are one way, and that's not the case. And it's wild that you even want a 19-year-old, because Generation Z is not about that traditional lifestyle either. So good luck finding a 19-year-old that wants to live the way that you want to live.
No
Bro,
problem, my dear sister.
it's
I'm
wild
not gonna
crazy.
find that woman in America because the women in America are
Well, then
antichrist
go
women.
to wherever you gotta find her, bro.
Yeah, I'm aware
We
of
live
that.
in a progressive society. We live in a society that's approaching egalitarianism. And what I
I
want to say
understand,
in
and
general, there's nothing wrong with
this
the way that you
society
want
is
to live,
destroying itself.
and there's nothing wrong with the way that I want to live. So don't say you should have never done that. That was wrong. No, I made that choice. I love that choice that I made because the person that I did it for was someone that I loved. That person also returned the favor. In general, I feel like society, TikTok, the whole world just needs to understand that people are going to live their lives the way that they want to live their lives. And that's okay as long as you are not dehumanizing someone and belittling someone because of the choices that they make, which, to be quite honest, Warner, you have been doing to me this entire fucking chat. This entire chat. And yes, people in there, they were talking about, oh, I'm a hood rat, because I was like, if you say anything wild, disrespectful to me, I will wild out on you. And you are so lucky that I've maintained my composure. Because I'm going to tell you something. My Brooklyn hood rat was finna chop the shit out of you. But instead, I decided to just use my intellect
Honestly, I
to
would
then
just
tell
hold you
you that
back like this.
what you're
Like,
saying is correct to you and not correct to others. There are other people who feel the way that you feel, and that's okay. I just don't subscribe to that. In general, we make up the way that we want to live. And generally speaking, It is dictated by the society that we grew up in, by the religion, by the culture, by this, by that. Everyone is going to be different, and that is okay. Period.
Melanie,
That's all I gotta say.
real quick, Melanie, you don't feel that I've been disrespecting you though, have you? Do you?
No, I don't feel like you have been, but definitely Warner
Okay,
calling me masculine,
I'm just
saying
making
that I'm
sure.
infertile,
I'm just making
saying
sure.
that I'm a witch because I talked to my deceased mother. Like, come on, bruh.
You
Hey,
You
are a
I'm
wilding
just,
out of
witch.
control,
It's
son.
I'm
facts.
You
just
even
making
mentioned
sure
my mom
because
that, oh, I got told that she just passed away. You lucky I ain't wild on you, son.
hey, I'm just checking,
What?
Melanie, because
And yes,
I don't be
you
I
might
don't be.
interpret the way that I'm speaking as masculine, and that's okay. I'm from Brooklyn, and we talk like this. And we get mad dick. All right?
Ooh,
As masculine as we are,
it's coming
we get
out. It's
masculine
coming
alpha
out,
dick on the
guys.
regular.
It's coming out. It's coming out.
On a regular, we get it.
It's coming
Okay,
out.
wait, Warner, I have a question.
Anybody from New York knows this.
I
The
got
Actually,
you.
truth
New
is
I got
York
you.
coming
niggas that
out,
come to
guys.
any other city be like, why are these women so soft? I need me a hard ass bitch like from New York. So, again, society.
Only
Niggas from New York
weak
love bitches
men
from New York.
desire women
Let's
like
keep it a
you.
buck. Let's keep it a
Only
buck. The
weak
niggas from New
men
York love
desire
women from New
women
York.
like you, my dear sister.
And
Only
actually,
weak.
their men from the South love aggressive women from New York. Actually,
Those
the
are
majority of the men that I
beta
dated in
males.
LA are from the South, and that's all they tell me. Oh my God, I love New York women. They tell me exactly what they want. Y'all is aggressive. You came for me. You liked me. I love that I didn't have to beat around the bush with you.
Yeah, those are weak
Not
men.
every man is gonna be the
Congratulations.
same.
There's plenty of them.
And I'm talking about Bible Belt dudes from Texas, loving my masculine ass. So what are you
No,
talking about, bro?
Melanie, I'm just making sure, Melanie, because I don't be disrespecting nobody on my platform.
No,
I'll try to
I don't think you
positive.
disrespected me. I think in general, I disagree with the way that you word things, and the way that you word things in general kind of falls into like sexist, almost
Yeah,
misogynistic
I'm not
ways
gonna lie. Yeah, like
of
using the word
wording things.
delusion, like saying that a view is delusional, or saying a view like you use some words that are very strong.
Like it's
Oh,
like
you
very
don't
Kevin
like
Samuels.
strong words?
No,
Oh,
It
no,
it
no,
just
no,
it
no,
just
no,
seems
no,
it
no,
just seems
no, no.
very
Here's the thing.
sexist, very red herring,
Warner.
very
I
dog
could
whistle,
agree.
very
I could
sexist,
agree that it's
misogynist dog
delusional.
whistle.
I could 110% agree that the viewpoint that, oh, I want a man that has blah, 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 I could agree that it's delusional. But I'm also someone that cares about how people feel, right? So I word things in a way that's respectful. So let's just say, for example, for like hypothetically speaking, I thought Melanie was a witch, right? Let's just say hypothetically I thought that. Am I gonna say that?
she
Yo,
is a
you're a
witch.
witch or you're the antichrist? No. Why? Because I'm a respectful person and I was raised
I'm
by
not a
that.
witch.
I'm not gonna call a woman
Well, a
delusional
witch is not
for
going to
a
tell you
viewpoint.
she's a witch. That's why I am the warner. I am here to warn you guys of the
The
truth.
witches of
I
today
am the
literally
warner for
talk
a
about them
reason.
being
All
witches
right.
on a daily.
I am the warner for a
Witches
reason. All right.
literally on TikTok talk about being witches every day.
I understand, but one of the secrets about being a witch is not to tell anyone you're a witch. So, you think I'm gonna believe you?
That's when they used to burn them at the stake. They don't burn witches at the stake anymore. Witches are very loud and proud. Trust. There was a whole witch at a Black Lives Matter protest talking about witches for Black Lives Matter with a big ass fucking poster. What are you talking about? There was a whole picture on it going on around all over the internet 2 years ago. So were they hiding?
Melanie,
They were in the middle of a protest.
Melanie, what are you? Are you mixed? Are you mixed? What are you mixed with? Like, what's your nationality?
I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican.
Oh, okay,
I'm Latina.
okay.
Well, obviously, and we as a people are mixed. I'm Afro
Girl, wait, hold
Latina,
on, hold
so
on. You're Dominican?
I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican. I'm half and half.
Soy colombiana, but you Dominicans ain't shit.
Oh, hola, mami, ¿cómo tú estás? Yo quería
¿Qué lo
saber por qué
que?
tú
¿Qué
tenías el
lo
nombre mami.
que? ¿Qué lo que? ¿Qué lo que?
Oh, man.
¿Qué
I
lo
was
que,
like, mommy. I'm like, why
mami?
is her name mommy?
¿Qué lo que, mami?
Now you know.
¿De qué parte de Colombia?
¿Qué lo que, mami?
Cartagena, Choco.
¿Cómo estás?
No for your Spanish.
Come on, man. Stop playing with me.
Oh my God, let's go,
Bro, hey,
let's
bro.
But yeah,
go.
that's my funny.
Top
This time they
G,
still wanted to
Hey,
talk
so
top
many
more
G
people
pro
in
New
this
York
Mel.
than
chat.
we.
Hey,
Let's
so many
go,
people in this chat been
Most
saying they're
masculine men I
Dominican.
know are from New York, and they love masculine women from New York. So
let's go.
try again.
Top G.
Y'all are mistaking masculine with Dominican. Dominican. That's just
Oh,
the
mommy,
Dominican vibe.
hold on, mommy. I've never called Melanie or anyone else masculine, mommy. You know I don't
No,
be
no.
doing
I'm
that.
saying the people that think she's masculine, like in the chat, like, oh, she's masculine. That's just Dominicans. Dominicans are like I guess from my experience, right? Because I talked to a Dominican. I went to La Vega in Dominican. That's just that's just the
We
energy.
are very vocal, bro. Puerto
Somebody
Rican
in the
too, though.
comments,
You
somebody
know
in the
what my mother used to
comments
say? My
said,
mother used to be like, my mother used to say she don't got no hair on her tongue.
somebody in the comments said, how many wives Warner got? How many of them are still in high school?
Ain't no.
Bro, I can't with y'all, bro.
Oh my god.
I can't
Go
take
ahead,
it,
Warner.
bro.
Warner, speak your piece, bro.
Hey man, and this is why I don't deal with older women, dude. They're too traumatized. They're too masculine. They're stuck in their ways. They
I'm not
talk
traumatized
more.
or
They
masculine.
listen
Thank
less.
you for it.
She's a perfect example of what I don't want in my house.
How many of them?
You're
Want
saying
that
things
into
about
my
me that
kingdom.
are only true to you, sir. I am a whole healed human. We
No, you're
all,
not.
as human beings,
No, you're
have
not.
trauma. I'm a
Hurt
whole healed
people.
human. The
Hurt
only thing
people.
I haven't healed from is my mother's death, and that's gonna take forever. I might go to the grave with that.
Okay, but healed people heal
All of us
people.
as human
Hurt
beings
people
have
hurt
trauma.
people.
Every single one of us. I'm a
I
whole
can
heal. I go to
tell you're
therapy.
very
I'm healed
disturbed.
from my childhood trauma.
You are very disturbed, my dear sister. Like, so don't
I
lie
am
to
not
yourself.
disturbed. I just know what I want. I know exactly what I want. I know exactly who I am. That's it.
And you're
And that
delusional.
bothers you.
Congratulations.
It bothers you that I know exactly who I am. I'm able to vocalize it, and I'm not afraid of speaking over you. That's what you don't like. You don't like that I speak over you because you don't like when women try to dominate men. That is what you don't like.
See, this is exactly what I was saying. The truth comes out. She likes to dominate men. She's jealous of men.
I
She
like to
doesn't like
dominate
strong men.
stupidity. I like to dominate stupidity. I like to battle stupidity with knowledge. That's
How much do
literally
you
what I
make a
did this
year?
entire
How
fucking
much do you
this
make a year, my
entire
dear
chat.
sister?
The only thing I gave you was knowledge. Period. Knowledge, and I could find the sources. I could give it to you. You was talking a lot of stuff. A
All
lot
you
of the
did.
things that you were saying were not factual. You had no sources. You were saying things that were literally untrue.
Wait, Warner.
I'm dead
Hold
ass.
on, Warner. You want to ask her a question as personal as her income? I'm gonna ask you a personal question. What's the youngest woman you would go for?
Probably 1920. 1920, probably, yeah.
So a decade younger than you. You
Yeah,
don't.
I'm 29. I'm 29, so yeah, I'll probably
So
go
like
like
a girl that's like
1920.
fresh out of high school, does not have a college education. You're like, yep, I can.
Yeah, her education is completely irrelevant to me. It's completely irrelevant to me. Yeah. I don't care about her education. Like I said, most of these women who think they're educated, all they are brainwashed, right? They're completely brainwashed. And she mentioned how school teaches you how to make money. There's no school teaches you anything about money. That shows
You ever been to
how
college, bro?
brainwashed
There
that
are
you
whole
are.
programs about money. When you
They don't
study
teach you about
economics,
money.
economics
They
is
teach you
literally
how
the
to stay
study of
broke.
money.
They teach you how to stay broke.
Economics is literally the study of money. People who get MBAs are studying how to build a business so that they can make money. What are you talking about?
You must
Have you
resist
ever
the
studied economics?
slave mind. Resist the slave mind.
Okay, wait. Someone said my wife is a decade older than me. So what? I'm not saying that there's something wrong, but
Guys, write down in the chat.
if you're
Resist the slave mind.
targeting people fresh out of high school, I think it's just weird. It's like the whole that.
Resist
It's
the
just
slave
it's
mind.
ugh.
Hey, Melanie, what you drinking?
And
I was having an angry orchid.
Oh.
Little what is this, hard cider?
Wait, let's ask
And
Melanie though, y'all. Hold on,
see,
y'all.
look,
Let's
a
ask
feminine
Melanie.
ass drink.
Wait,
It's
let's
feminine.
ask Melanie. Melanie, what's the youngest you'll date for real? Take somewhat serious.
What's the youngest person that I would date?
Yeah, the youngest age that you would like
Me?
seriously entertain. Yeah.
I'll be honest. For whatever reason, a lot of young dudes try to holler at me. If they're any younger than 28, I'll be like, absolutely the fuck not. If they're any younger than 28.
Oh my god, you're a
Like at
pedo.
the
Oh my god,
youngest.
you're a
And even then
groomer.
I'm like,
You're a groomer.
Let's
Oh
see.
my god, you're a groomer.
I'm not a pedo. That person is almost
Oh my
30 years
god,
old.
you're a groomer.
When I was 28, I
You
was
want a
not
guy
dating
that's 11
19-year-olds.
years younger than you?
And actually,
You're
when
such
I
a
was
groomer.
28, 19-year-olds looked like little boys to me.
You're such a groomer. Oh my god.
Do you know the definition of
Okay,
grooming?
sure.
I think by the time a man is 28
We're
years
talking,
old,
the difference that we're talking about is teenage, like 19, 28. Like, you
Hey,
comparing
but
apples and oranges, bro. If you were 37 and you wanted to date a 28-year-old woman,
Oh my god.
that's not as big of an issue.
Yo,
Melanie,
this is a perfect example of the hypocrisy, bro. This is a perfect example, bro.
It's not
These
hypocrisy
girls are
because I
crazy,
literally said
dog.
if you wanted to
These
date
girls are crazy,
30,
dog.
if you were 37 and you wanted to date a 20-year-old, that's not weird. That's not weird when you want to date someone when you are in your 30s and you date someone 10 years younger than you when you're like in your mid 30s, that's not weird. But when you are 30 and you're dating teenagers, that's weird.
it's not even the.
That's
it's
weird.
Not, it's not even.
If there's a teen
it's not
still in
even
their
the dating
age,
part.
that's fucking weird.
For
bro,
me,
these
it's not
comments.
even the
37
dating
and you're
part.
single. You're weird.
Like, what?
It's not even the. It's not even the that. It's the fact that you said you want
37 and I
someone-
literally look 24, bro. Like,
But you're not. You're not.
It's not even that. It's the fact that you said you want 3 wives, which is fine, of course, but like all 3 of them,
Bro, these
19 years
comments,
old,
what is it?
19 years old, and an average of 7 kids coming out of these women.